Hello YouTube, this is Bub's Comics coming at you with a stealth comic haul, hiding at work and filming, so I hope you all appreciate the risks I take for you. Up first, we've got Conan the Barbarian movie special number 1. So I've been on the hunt for Conan number 1, but when you can't get that, you settle for this, right? So this is what I picked up. Picked this up at the Peddler's Mall for $1, so I'm pleased with that. I'm not going to complain at all. It's pretty good shape too, actually. I was very impressed with it. Let's see, if I put my finger over that spine tick, it looks perfect. So there you go. Next we have the Punisher Warzone number 1. Really didn't expect to see that in there. Mostly because I know that this particular location gets picked over quite a bit. And I know that, you know, when you see Punisher Warzone, I mean, they had a movie with the same title. So you know that people will recognize it. It's got that die-cut cover with the Punisher behind it. I think it might even be a wraparound cover. So pretty cool. You know, some cheesy goodness there. But I like it, and I didn't have it. So for $1, I wasn't going to leave it behind. Next, we've got Green Arrow number 86. Nothing really special about this that I'm aware of. No kind of key. But it does have my favorite comic Catwoman costume. So I like the Batman Adventure series, where the animated adventure series, the Catwoman in the animated series, I like her costume best of all costumes. But as far as seeing it drawn in comics, I like this one the best. Just fantastic. And you can see there, it's got a signature by Joe Balint. So, you know, anytime I see a signed book for $1, I pick it up. No COA or anything like that, but really, who cares about that kind of stuff? COAs aren't really worth what they're written on anyway. But this one here, you know, this is Joe Balint's signature. I have no idea what he did in this book. It says on the indicia that he was the layout, that he did the layout on the book. I don't really know what that means. So if any of you know what that means, leave it in the comments section below. Because, you know, he wasn't the penciler, he wasn't the colorer, he wasn't the writer, he just did the layout. So whatever that, I guess he set up the panels or something. So if y'all know what that means, or more specifically, let me know. I know there's some of you out there that know, and I'm just not one of them. Next, we'll show this one, Superman and Power Pack. This was a promo comic that was put out for against child abuse. So it says, sponsored by the International Association of Direct Distributors and your local comic retailer. So it was a comic shop giveaway. And it was produced in cooperation with the National Committee for Prevention of Child Abuse. Pretty cool comic. And as a bonus, it's a John Byrne cover. So you get some John Byrne Spider-Man on there. I was really excited about that. I thought he looked pretty cool. I actually like this cover a lot. Not a huge Power Pack fan. Usually if I get Power Pack number 1 by accident, I sell it. So there you go. Next we have the X-Men. This is part of their flashback series. So this is X-Men -1. I recently picked up the X-Men -1 for the Uncanny X-Men. So this is the 90s X-Men comic, the Jim Lee run, -1. So I think it looks pretty cool. This is not Jim Lee cover, obviously. But, you know, what's interesting is when you pull these up, these -1s pull up at the top of the list because they are officially part of the canon of the story, even though, you know, they're usually like a retelling or a prequel kind of story. So if you're into that kind of stuff, I just like knowing that when I collect a collection or a run of this, that I can go back as far as I can. So I pick up a lot of the zeros, the -1s, the 1/2s that Wizard put out. I usually pick up all that kind of stuff. You don't see them showing off very much. And you certainly don't see them when people say that they have the entire X-Men run. This is usually a book that they're leaving off the list. But it is canon, so I'm down with it. Next we have Uncanny X-Men 529. Terry Dodson knocking it out of the park on this one. Looking fantastic. And look at Emma Frost there. Wolverine, or actually that might be Sebastian Shaw. I'm not sure. Haven't read it yet. It looks kind of like Wolverine, but I know Sebastian Shaw has those chops too. And also Kitty Pryde on the front. So let's get a close-up of that. Looks pretty good. And Terry Dodson doing Emma Frost there. Looking fantastic. That's great. That is just a great cover. So, you know, X-Men Volume 1, 529, so pretty late in the run. I forget exactly where it ends, but I know we're not far from it here. So, and then second to last, picked up X-Men Prime. Kind of wish I hadn't already bagged and boarded this because it's got a great wraparound cover, and it's one of those acetate covers where it's just kind of like clear plastic with this painting on it. And then when you pull it back is the background, so there's not actually any background. All that background you're seeing there, that's actually on the paper behind it. So, pretty cool. Wolverine looks pretty good on that, and it's X-Men Prime. It's the July all-new X-Men special events. So, you know, they love their shiny cover special events, so here's one of them. If you like it, there it is. And for the big key of the haul, those all that I picked up so far were at the Peddler's Mall, but this next one I picked up on a Facebook auction. If you all caught the No Faces comic chat 2 weeks ago, what happened on that one was I was I was doing the chat, and I had remembered that there was a book that I was trying to get earlier in the day, and it was this book on a Facebook auction. Again, it wasn't an auction, it was a buy it now. I hate buying off Facebook. It makes me so nervous. The sellers, basically almost all the sellers that I deal with on Facebook are completely lazy. If you're a lazy seller, sell on Facebook. If you're the type of person who wants to ship a book a week after it's been paid for, sell it on Facebook. Because on eBay, your seller rating would be in the toilet. So you don't want to be on eBay. And on Instagram, people get pretty nasty when you don't ship their books out. So there's another good place. But on Facebook, everyone's already nasty. So your nasty comments just get lost in the crowd. And then the guy's got another auction. This dude here, he sent me this, I paid for the book within 24 hours, of course. I paid the very same day, as soon as I got the invoice. I had to contact him to get the invoice. Then I paid the invoice, same day. Then he said, okay, I'll ship it out tomorrow. And he shipped it out almost a week later. 6 days later, he shipped it out. And that was after me bugging him for 2 days prior. And he went dark on me, which I hate. You know, wouldn't respond to anything. And I wasn't being nasty. I was just like, hey, tracking number? Question mark? You know, direct messages, private messages, whatever you could get. And then he had the balls to tag me in another auction he was having. I'm like, dude, why would I send you? And I mentioned, I was like, why would I send you any more business when you haven't even shipped what I already asked you to? And he had purposely put on there, you know, do you want me to hold this or do you want me to ship it? And I said, please ship it. So, you know, sometimes people are like, well, I'll build a stack for you and I'll send it all out together to save on shipping. He didn't have any other books I wanted. This was the only book I wanted. I got it for $40. It's in excellent condition. This book goes for $75 to $100 all day long, in this condition especially. Newsstand, which is my favorite. And it's X-Men 129, first appearance of Kitty Pryde and Emma Frost, the White Queen. So there you go. I've been really wanting this book. I have a Marvel Legends reprint. So if there was a book I was going to get slabbed, this might be one of them. The cover's just okay. I'm not a huge fan of the cover, especially since the two main characters that are featured, and, you know, it's a John Byrne cover, so the two main characters that are featured in this book as first appearances aren't on the cover. And I think whenever that happens, it kind of makes the cover a little less, it makes it pop a little less, because when you look at that nice slab and it says at the top, first appearance of these two characters, you look at the cover, they're not there. Kind of a letdown, and then you can't open the book to actually see the first appearance. So this one may not get slabbed, but who knows. So that's it. Hope y'all enjoyed that. Try and keep it quick today and see if I can get this uploaded real quick too. So it's Friday. We'll catch you next week. Thanks for watching, and read a comic. Bye.